Hey, lovies. It is me, the Mrs. T, and I'm here today for another episode of Adjust and Adapt. And this is basically a series where I have been spotlighting some small business owners from in and around our community here in Fayetteville and Cumberland County for all the work and all the initiative they've been taking in adjusting and adapting through everything that's going on. Now, not only COVID, but just the situations throughout our community. And these small businesses are rocking it. And today I am so super excited to welcome my friend, my rhythm enthusiast, my dance instructor, Miss Stephanie Kegler. She is the owner of Dancing Without Sin Fitness, and the name itself tells you a lot about who she is as a person, as well as who she is as a dance instructor for her business. And I'm just super excited to have her with us today. And because I'm super excited, I'm not going to make you guys wait any longer. So we're going to bring Stephanie in. Hello, Stephanie.
Hey.
Now, you guys know I'm all about a good brand. So if you take a look at Stephanie right now, you can totally see like her brand colors is represented. Her logo is represented. So like, yeah. So she is like a brander, a business owner after my own heart. I love that about her. But the reason we brought Stephanie on is because, and we just had Kalisha pop in. Hey, Kalisha. She said, hey, hello, loves. I'm so happy to have her watching. And guys, just before we get too far into it, I do want to let you guys know that you can share this video with your friends, share it with anyone that you think would want to meet an awesome business owner, because that's exactly what Stephanie is. Just click that share button and share it across your feed. But the reason that we have Stephanie here is because, one, she's kind of stinking awesome, but two, when COVID happened, Stephanie did not miss a beat. And I watch a lot of our business owners. I'm a little stalker, it's just a teeny bit. And I saw that she went straight from live in class in rec centers throughout Fayetteville straight to virtual. And the upside about that is Stephanie did something that I posted recently over on Instagram. She put the people before the profit. She did not think about, I got to figure out how to still keep my money flow coming. Instead, she went virtual and she did it for free. So Stephanie, I want you to share with us what your mindset was when everything started happening and how you made that transition over to virtual so seamlessly, because you did it really great.
I am so happy to hear you say I did it seamlessly, because I was scared to death. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a people person. So not being there physically with the people was a problem for me. But I knew we had to keep moving in some kind of way. So myself, along with my other instructor family, friends out here, we're all feeling the same thing, and was like, okay, how can we keep the community moving and feeling like they still had the connection? Because not only do we move when we're in class, we congregate and we laugh and talk for about 10-15 minutes after class. So it's a whole beautiful situation with coming to my classes during the week. I was extremely nervous, and anybody knows me, I also know I don't get nervous. I was like, what am I going to do? Because now I'm going to be on a screen, and I have to actually engage them and make them excited as when we are in person, when I'm acting up and making faces and singing along and saying, come on, keep moving. And I got to do this from a screen, and this is going to be really difficult. And for example, my Pastor Ronnie Moore, he was in the same situation, because now we're having virtual church. And he's a people person, so he was the exact same way. First of all, he don't do a lot with Facebook and social media, but he knew he had to continue to get the word out. So you kind of like suck it up and say, okay, I have to make this work. I did the same thing my pastor did. I said to myself, Seth, you got to suck it up. We know you love people. We know you want to be around the people, but you got to figure out a way or how to continue to keep them engaged and keep them moving. So I said, all I could do is try. Tiffany, now. I was at Best Buy a couple of times a week. I have every cord and plug you could possibly think of. Trying to make this work, man. Because in the beginning, it's all about the students having the best sound, because music plays a big part. So I was like, oh my God, I got to be able to give them the best sound. So in the beginning, it was playing from my speaker. And I was like, oh my God, it was choppy because Zoom is not made for music. Pretty much. Okay, then I started buying adapters, and I watched YouTube. Then I listened to some other instructors that have tried different things. So every week they was like, "Oh, you're here again. Look, just give me my plug."
Like, you know why I'm here. Just give me the plug. Let's just make this happen.
Just give me the
all this other stuff. Just give me the plug.
I'm already frustrated because I got to do this. And so I finally found, got it down to a science almost on how to produce a great sound to the students for them to hear, but also for me to hear a sound. Because in the beginning, I was producing a great sound for them, but I was just listening to a little small sound. And as an instructor, we need to feel the music. I wasn't feeling it, but I was sacrificing. So now I got it to where now I can feel the music. So I'm kind of giving them when I'm giving them in class. So, trial and error, probably about the first 3 weeks, trial and error. But guess what? When your students and when people believe in you, they're not going to go anywhere. No matter how messed up everything was, they stay right there. I said, I'm so sorry, you guys. Oh, it's all right, Steph, because they know that I'm doing this from my heart to try to keep them moving. They know this because of what you said. I said, we're going to keep them moving. And during the quarantine, if someone has lost their job, laid off, all the different things that are going on during the quarantine, then they might not have the money to pay for the fitness classes like they were doing before. My main income, I still work a full-time job. So, I'm still paying my bills. I'm not hurting. So, okay, let's go ahead and do free classes for them so that they will keep moving, because that's one less thing they have to worry about. So now I say, what's your excuse?
Exactly.
That's free. So.
Yeah, and now they have like no reason, even though I probably made a bunch of excuses because I still haven't jumped on there. But I will say, you did do us a huge favor. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you do know, but I work for the Women's Business Center of Fayetteville at Seed, and Stephanie was my #1 top draft pick when we had the idea to do a Zumba-inspired dance challenge. I mean, I was like, we got to get Stephanie. I already know. Like, we're not talking to nobody else. I'm calling Stephanie. She's going to do this. And can I tell you, she had us out there getting our little ramble-lamb on for the COVID pivot. If you guys don't know what it is, check my page. Go check WBC Bay. We're not here about that today, but I'm just telling you, this girl rocked it. Steph, they are still talking about you. She did a promo instructional video for those of us who are a little bit rhythm challenged. I expect that role in my life. Yes. Slowed everything down. She took her time with it. And the best part about it is you said your biggest fear was not having that connection. But Stephanie, let me just tell you, put your fears at ease because your personality comes straight through the screen. I felt inspired. I felt uplifted. I felt like I was doing the darn thing, even though I know that it's probably not what it looked like.
You was doing it.
So if you are ever one of those people who think Zumba is just not for me, let me tell you, take Stephanie's class because she will have you thinking you are the next J-Lo in the house and that you are getting your #1 groove on. And just about anybody can say that. And we've had, I think, at least 5 people accept the challenge so far, including 𝐀𝐝𝐣𝐮 Kennedy.
Yes.
And including some of your students. Like I was like, oh my God. Like what? I told Susie, I said, listen, she not only choreographed this thing, but she is out there recruiting. And thank you. This is why I love you, because for you, it is about community. It's never about the profit. It's never about, let me see what I can add up into my stuff. It's about how can I build other people? And you know what? When you live your life in that manner, the rest of it automatically comes back to you because that's just how God works. Amen. That's just how He works. And so I'm like so proud to even say I'm in your circle of like knowledge or circle of friends. Like it's just so amazing to see someone put their passion into something and then see them build other people in the same way. We have a bunch of comments here from people who feel exactly the same way about Miss Stephanie. We have Melissa Vera. She says so much positive energy here. Yes. I agree, because if you are around Stephanie, you can't do anything but feel positive. Then we have Anissa Short. She said, hey, beautiful ladies. Hey, Anissa, how are you? So Melissa says she has not met you in person, but I'm right. Your personality does come through the screen because she said she wants to be your best friend. Hey, Melissa, I'm sorry, but I think there's a few of us that are claiming that spot, but I'm sure Stephanie has enough room in her heart for all of us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Always. But speaking of Zumba, because that's exactly what Dancing Without Sin is, but it's Zumba with a twist. And it's a twist that I love because you guys know faith is the very foundation of who I am. And I grew up Pentecostal, no earrings, no skirts below the knees. I could not go to the movie because that was Satan's house. Like, none of that was allowed. And if we walked that choir march on choir anniversary day and you had a little too much twist or bounce in your step, you were about to get sat down. The mother of the church would give you that little look and you knew what was about to happen. So when I saw you and it said Dancing Without Sin, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I think I can get with this because I feel like I'm going to be able to, like, you know, give them a little church on. So explain to everybody how the concept of Dancing Without Sin came up, because I'm sure I'm almost positive how it came in, but I want to hear it from you.
Yes. So I've been a Zumba instructor for I think over 10 years now, and I still teach Zumba. Love Zumba. Probably will always continue to teach it. And Zumba is its own brand.
Mm-hmm.
There are rules and guidelines to follow, music to follow, things of that such. That is their brand. So I don't disrespect that brand.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew it was something else I needed to do to capture some other audiences that maybe, you know, wore the long skirts. Trust me, I have been to church with the long skirts and everything. And guess what? They dance and they move.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, I just need to switch it up a little bit to get that other group. But in order to do that, I need to start my own brand.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Dance Without Sin came from. And it's funny because, Tiffany, I've been saying, since I've been a Zumba instructor, when I would be in front of my class, I said, come on, y'all, there's no shame. Come on, you can move. I said, this is Dance Without Sin. So I've been saying it the whole while.
Mm-hmm.
I've been an instructor, and I would tell them, this is Dance Without Sin. We have no alcohol, no cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
I said, there's no cursing. We're just in here with a towel, water, weights.
Mm-hmm.
I said, so it's clearly Dance Without Sin. And everybody's like, yeah. Been saying it for years. And it wasn't until 2015, the Lord literally just woke me up with it and said, Steph, Dance Without Sin. Hello, knock. And I said, okay, if I start my own brand, that means I can do whatever I want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the cool thing about brands. You do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where the music twisted to where when different groups, especially church groups. And it's funny because even when I was teaching Zumba, whenever someone wanted a Zumba instructor, the churches always called me. Mm-hmm. Or another instructor, Zumba instructor, would refer them to me. Some of my girls, the group I was in, DeVille girls, they refer, hey, get Steph to go do the church, you know? And so they will always send me. So there, you know, it was always there. And until I just realized that, guess what? There's more I can do with this to make people feel comfortable. So now the churches, you know, when they hear Dance Without Sin, everybody always stop and say, oh, without sin, and they think about it, or what is that? Or if someone's wearing one of my t-shirts, they're asked, what exactly is that? And then they can explain, hey, it's whatever you want it to be. Mm-hmm. Because I do birthday parties or bridal showers and they want Afrobeats. I did an Afrobeats birthday party. I did an Afrobeats shower, bridal shower. Okay, then I changed the music up. That's the theme they want. I dress in the African wear and we go and we bang it out and have a great time. But when those churches, which are usually the Christians that maybe not moving like they're supposed to be, because they're not comfortable, but I can make it comfortable, then they start moving and everybody's moving.
And I love that. And see, that's the thing about branding. Exactly like you said, when you are your brand, it can be whatever you need it to be. And that whole Dancing Without Sin thing, and you said like it was funny to you because when churches asked, people will refer them to you even before you started everything. That's that mark of God on you. And that's the thing. Yeah. When God marks you for something, even when you haven't fully accepted it, that mark does not leave. And it's visible to others, even if it's not visible to you yet. And trust me, this is not about Tiffany, but me and you need to talk, because I've definitely been there. It's something you can't run away from. And I tried. I had that moment of rebellion where I was like, I don't care if I was born in church. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to dance no rhythm butt into a club, and I'm going to do this thing. And everybody in the club would be looking at me like, why are you here? Because that mark is still there.
That mark.
I did not fit in because I was a chosen generation, even though I was trying to do it. So I love that eventually God always allows us to catch up with his plans for us. Like sometimes he gets that head start because Romans 8:28, all things work together for good. So he was already planning this for you. You just had to catch up with it. That's all it was. You had to catch up with it. And I'm just so happy that you caught up, because I just see so many amazing things in your life and the impact that you have on everybody around you. And like I said, I'm just happy to be in the circle. But we have some more comments coming in, but me and you definitely got to talk, because I'm trying to get my focus right here. I'm like, ooh, stay in the mode, Tiffany. We have Tanita. She's a truly amazing person. She is the OG of fitness. I do not doubt it at all. And then we have Alicia said, dancing like David danced. That's for real, girl. And the thing is, when you're in church, what is dancing truly? It's praise. It is giving praise to God. When you let your emotions become a physical experience, that's all it is. So like, I grew up Pentecostal, so we shouted. Now, again, I would find me a corner because I knew I couldn't keep up with everybody else. But at the same time, I got my little two-step in when you led me. So just getting everybody outside of that box where they feel like somehow this is judged, or somehow this is wrong, or somehow my body moving is not of God. But if you really look into the history of things, it is so of God. Like moving in that dance and that motion, and when your focus is on him and not necessarily on what's in front of you, it's a whole nother level of experience.
Absolutely.
So for you to be able to bring that, I remember the first time I interacted with you in a dance situation was with Praise Now in Festival Park. And girl, that was like my whole playlist for the rest of that summer. Because the songs that I had not even heard yet, I was like, what? And I was like getting down. I was like, oh, roll up, I could do this.
The guys were getting down too, that were on stage. The musicians, they were getting it.
Yes, and trust me, it's not a women-only type of thing. Like when you go to these classes, who is the guy that like matches from head to toe? Oh,
that's my boy Donald. His nickname is Make It Sexy, my brother.
Yes, isn't his name Donnell?
Donald.
Yes. His wristband, the socks, the shoes. That's like I want to be him when I grow up, because he's like all his stuff matches. And you touched on the fact that you switch up your themes, like you can switch according to what people need, or according to what they want for their parties or whatever. And let me tell you, she took WBC like completely countrified, and then I've seen her do complete hip hop. She had me thinking I could almost twerk, almost kind of, not quite, but almost there. So like, it doesn't even matter what it is that you want her for. She can adjust to it. And I think that's also part of the gift that you have within you, because God has given you that talent to be able to feed off people, but also feed into people.
Absolutely.
So when you walk out of Stephanie's classes, you don't feel like it's not the regular feeling. Like I don't even know what else to say. It's not the normal feeling. I had taken one Zumba class prior to you, and I was literally one of those memes where everybody's dancing on the left and I'm standing on the right trying to figure out where everybody went. And I was just like, what happened? But when I took your class, even though I was still fighting to find the beat, I didn't feel like that. I felt like I was totally included in the whole process.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. So wait, I'm gonna get some of these other comments because they are like loving you right now. Anissa says she loves us both. Mwah. Alyssa, Anissa, I love you too. Kalisha said, let everything that have breath praise the Lord. Kalisha, you have church in here today. So I'm gonna need you to have a few seats because I'm already trying to maintain right now. Tanita said, you better preach, ma'am. And then Kalisha said,
big sexy Donald.
Yes, she said big sexy. And then Melissa Vera says, it was, oh girl, you don't even know. You don't even want to know. It was not cute. I thought I was cute for about 2 seconds. And then I was cute. But if you notice, I avoid the mirror on the wall because once I see it, it's keep it all mental. Let me keep the mystery alive because once I see it in real life, it's a whole nother story.
Oh my gosh.
Kalisha says Steph's energy is contagious. Kalisha, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Completely. But how did you start Zumba itself? Like, how did you get into that area? And then, like, because Zumba is not like your average exercise routine. You have to be serious about that stuff. Because I know I went to one of your fundraiser events for breast, and girl, I was breaking a sweat and I was standing on the side. So I can't mess with none of y'all.
You see them instructors?
What?
The baddest instructors in Fayetteville. I'm telling you.
So tell me how you got there. Tell me how that happened.
So it is an awesome story. So my best friend Janice that lives in Augusta, Georgia, she's one of the instructors that come down every year for my cancer event. She's amazing. And she started, let's see, since I've been doing it 10 years, she's probably been doing it 15 years. And she said, Steph, she said, you know, I'm teaching this new fitness format that came out called Zumba. And I was like, Zumba? I said, okay. She said, it would be perfect. You would be the perfect instructor. I said, why me? Now, at this time, I always exercised and I always went to kickboxing. I love all kind of classes, but I've always loved to dance. I would be in my room by myself as a child with my little boom box, and I would just be in there dancing. So I've always loved music. I always say God and music saved my life when I've been in my darkest hours. So she said, look, just go to a Zumba class. Go to a Zumba class and just, see. I guarantee you're going to love it and you're going to be an instructor. So I went to my first Zumba class. It was out at the Omni at the time, and the instructor was Rhonda. And Rhonda was the Zumba instructor, pretty much the only one that everybody knew here in Fayetteville. And I went to her class. It was amazing. It was so amazing. There was the sweat. They had the big mirrors. The room was big. The sweat was running down the mirrors. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And everybody, while they were exercising, was smiling. Wow. And then when I started doing the Latin, and she just moves so smooth. It's like she's moving on butter. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to move like her. So after that class, I think I went to 2 more Zumba classes. And then I went to get certified. That was it. It was me. I said my best friend,
quick move.
Yeah, it was a quick move. My best friend Janice was absolutely correct. I loved it.
So she saw that gift in you, like I said before, you may have seen it yourself.
Yes, she knows me very, very well. Yes. And
that's amazing. And like you said, Zumba is like, you definitely, like, I find myself sometimes, even in your class, I just be like, ooh, look at her. Like, you have to remember to, like, move. Like, wait, you're supposed to be doing stuff, too. Stop staring.
Right.
But when you did Zumba and then you transitioned to Dancing Without Sin, I want to touch on your branding because, anybody who knows me, branding is like, I spot it everywhere and I'm always looking at other people to see like, what are they doing kind of thing.
Right.
Can I tell you, it is not just her lipstick, people. This woman has merchandise. Her logos are on point. She is a businesswoman. And see, there's a difference between doing something as a hobby and a hustle and then creating it as a business. And that's something I admire in you because I see that business ethic in you. It's not just a hobby. You take your stuff seriously and you take your impact seriously. So if you guys have not, I want you to stop by and check out her merchandise on her site because it's kind of cool. I love the little figure of her dancing. And if you have not seen the latest like promo commercial, it actually moves. So I'm like, oh, because as soon as I saw it, I messaged you. I was like, oh, I like that.
I know if anybody would appreciate it, it would be Tiff.
What? I was like, oh, where's she at? I gotta tell her that is cool. Like, yeah. So if you have not seen it, go check her out. I'm scrolling Stephanie's information at the bottom. And Kalisha has also scrolled for you guys the link that you need to join the 2020 Health, Fitness, Cancer Awareness. Guys, this is the part that I'm saying about Stephanie, where it's not just about profit. Her business is a business, but she's also a person who is for the people around her. And so she does these events where it's giving back to those in her community. It's giving back to those who have supported her. And guys, I want you to support her in doing this. So thank you, Kalisha, for sharing that. Kalisha also said, Steph, your gift made room for you. And it definitely did. Because God is so awesome when it comes to stuff like that. He qualifies us when others disqualify us. God can make that happen when you think it's not even possible. And I'm definitely a witness to that in so many different areas of my life. And Steph, she's right. God will open those doors for you. So when those people were recommending you, that was God saying, this is the way I want you to go.
Wow.
For sure. He was definitely leading and directing that. And next, we're gonna have a little fun because I challenged myself today. So okay, I'm just gonna say 2 words: TikTok. So if you not follow, or if you're not on TikTok, first of all, get on it, but beware, you will lose like 3 hours of your life without even noticing it. Because I have sat down on TikTok and looked up. What? I have sat down in the daylight and looked up and it was dark. So just be careful if you get on TikTok.
Yes, I have to literally I set my time limit for TikTok.
I had to do that to my kids.
30 minutes or 40 minutes. And then, and not every day. Like I have to do maybe about 3 times a week and then get off and not click back on it.
Yes, because you will totally get hooked and addicted and just be sitting there like, why? And the thing is about TikTok, you will literally be wondering to yourself, why am I watching this as you're still sitting there? I don't even know why I'm still here. I got to go to another one. Let me give her a heart. Wait, what? Like just totally engrossed in it.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. Oh.
But can I just tell you, your TikToks have given me life during this quarantine. Like every time I see that still shot and you be like in costume, like I'm like, oh, what she done did now? Hold on. I'll be like, and a lot of times, a couple of times I was in the room with like my husband or whatever. I'll be right back because I don't never know what's gonna happen. So I have to go in another room. So I can put it on. I said to myself today, between you and your sister, because I follow your sister too, girl, when she hit that who was it? The rap with the super fast rap.
Oh my gosh, that was Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes, girl. Okay, so first of all, she took me back to my my Pentecostal days when I used to make the secret mixtapes and be in my room trying to act like and. Listen, okay, so my grandmother was so strict. Like you couldn't listen to secular music. It was secular music, right? I used to listen to George Michael. And I told her that Faith was a Christian song because it had to work.
She fell for it, didn't she?
Yes, she did. Because she caught me hearing it and it was right when he was saying, so you gotta have faith. It's contemporary Christian. Lord,
and she said, okay.
She said, all right, but don't be on there too long. I don't know.
Oh my God. That is phenomenal.
What? I said I had my rebel moments. That was one of them. But another one was with rap. Now, rap, you can't really make that Christian. So I had to go like elsewhere to listen to it.
Yeah.
And when your sister hit that fast part, I was like, girl. Like, girl.
She is so bad.
What? Because when he used to say that, I just like,
and I told her, I said, hey, Miracle, I said, I want to do that Busta Rhymes, but once you get age on you can't be remembering stuff like that. So if you notice the TikToks I do is stuff I already know, So So she was like, well, I need you to be my hype man. She had told me about 11 o'clock that day. I said, okay, girl, I got you. And I said, but you got to remember all, I said, you know all those words? She said, no. She said, but I know about tonight. She said, so when you get off from work, you just go and you duet it and be my hype man. I said, well, you know, I could do that. Hype man, that's easy. Man, I went on there when I pulled it up and saw her. I couldn't even record myself. I had to watch her like 3 times. I was like, my sister is bad.
What? She did that thing. She did it. I was like, what the what? I watched that over. I'm probably accountable for half of her views because I just kept going.
You and everybody else.
Yes. Like, it is amazing. Let me see. Oh, and okay, we cannot leave out the Color Purple tribute. Cause let me tell you something. When I saw the still shot of that, I was like, what in the world is this? And then when it started, so let me tell you, the Color Purple, for me and my family, I think we have watched that thing. We can literally recite the entire movie.
I can watch it right now, act just like I haven't seen it.
What? And be completely like, oh my God, Mr. Dope. Like, I have not seen him do that a whole bunch of times already. And then like all of them.
I like that one too. I like that one too.
Lucky dog, mess with it. And just to the point where my family, we will see each other and we just be like, Mr. like just start out of nowhere. And my
part is this my part right here. Sophia home there. Sophia home. That's my part.
What? No, and when he was trying to light that fire, he grabbed that thing. She was like, "Well."
Yeah, that was hilarious. I watched it over and over.
She got up out there like, "You are on your own, bud. I have nothing to do." So when I saw that TikTok, I was like, "Oh, Stephanie, I love you so much."
Oh my gosh!
Somebody else, and Anissa Short said, "And the Academy Award goes to Suge." Suge, girl. And Khalifa said she did that, and yes, because TikToks are crazy. And the thing is, okay, so my kids have been trying to get me to do that Savage TikTok, and I said, listen, I'm not the one. It's not going to happen. And so I said there are 2 types of TikTok people. There's the lip sync TikTok.
Right.
And there's the dancing. I am not in the dancing category. I will maybe try lip sync. But I found like that there's one dance that I told them I would try, and they bet me to try it before the weekend is out, so I might have to do that.
Jesus dance? Which one?
No, it's just a simple one. It's just like
Okay. Yeah. Got you. You got that. You got that.
And even this, I went to do this, and my son was like, "That's not right." I was like, "Listen, that's gonna be how I'm gonna do it. This the new version. This the remix because I don't know what she was doing with her arms on that part."
Oh my God.
I was like, I'm gonna have to get Stephanie to come and help me with this because I can't.
Kids are so honest. Oh my God.
And that was he is, look at me, I can't remember. He 10. He was like, that's not right. And he said it just like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, excuse me, mister. Judgment much. But if you are not following Stephanie, tell them what your TikTok is.
So my TikTok is Dance Without Sin.
Okay, so go follow Dancing Without Sin. And see, there's your branding again. That's the other thing. Branding is all about consistency, and Steph is definitely consistent because if you want to find her, it's pretty much Dancing Without Sin.
Sure is, yes.
But go follow her on TikTok. Wait, and this is it. Tiffany, I had no clue that you are so unique. I hope it's a good unique kind of way. I hope it's in a like you kind of weird but funny kind of way because I can take that one.
It's crazy.
But so if you are not following her on TikTok, please go because she will lighten up your day. And if you see one of those still shots with the little TikTok, click play because trust me, you are not gonna regret it at all. But so we've covered like how you got into Dancing Without Sin. Yeah. But then I want to talk about how you've made such a. Anissa said, "Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's Anissa, I'm very wonky and crazy, and you can ask just about anybody. I'm a little bit odd, but is it a good way? Is it a good way? I'll have you laughing. I'll say that much. But I want to cover the thing that I know about you. Before I even knew you, I knew you because I would hear about, oh girl, there's this Zumba class at the rec center next week, or there's this Zumba class over here. Who is doing Zumba in like every single rec center? Like, what is going on? Like, how many people is this? Is it a movement? Like, what is happening?
That's hilarious.
So now is your chance to explain how you managed to end up in every single rec center in Cumberland County.
You know how you said, you know, God, you know, when it's God is God, because the thing is at Massey Hill Rec Center, I have a contract with the county, so it's county employees, and the county actually pays me. And they have, you know, this health program for their employees, and they chose me to be the fitness instructor for them for Zoom, to teach Zumba. And I have had that contract for, I think, 5 years. Yeah, about five years, maybe going on 6. So since I've been doing that, then I got an email one day, and it was just out of the blue, and it was from the city. And the city saw what the county was doing. And this has been about 6 months ago. And they said, hey, we want to try out a Zumba class for our city employees. And would you be interested? And I was like, sure. I said, well, here's the thing. I'm only one person. So
really? Because sometimes I'll be wondering, you know.
I'm locked down like almost every night, you know, teaching the county, because the county added on not just Zumba, now the county added on a toning class, and that's where the bands came from. So that bands class I teach on Tuesday night at GB Rec Center, GB Myers Rec Center, is an actual county class, so they get Zumba and toning. So she said, yeah, we want to try Zumba. I said, well, let's see what we can do. Let me see, you know, what we can figure out. So one of my students, Miss Sarah, she has been with me probably for about 10 years. She is friends with the lady that is over the wellness program for the county. She said, well, hold on, let me talk to her. She said, because if she doesn't mind combining, then the city can just combine with us, and they just come in and you get 2 checks but not have to go anywhere else. I said, okay.
Look at God.
Look at God. So she talked to her, and I got an email. She said, absolutely, I don't mind. They can combine with the county. And so the city combined with the county. I just have 2 sign-up forms. So because they need to know how many county employees were exercising, how many city, and they each sign each one of their forms, and I just send it in. And that is literally, I did not go looking for this. So I know it's nothing but God. And, you know, you're talking about, you know, they're paying me per hour. The city, county pay me per hour, but I got them all right there combined together in one place. Yeah, nothing but God. So that's how that worked out. Now, the Saturday class I teach at Pine Forest Rec that you go to, Tiff, I have been teaching there since 2009. Yep, 2009. I've always been teaching there. Same time. I've never raised the money. The exact same thing they've been paying since 2009 is what they're paying today.
That's awesome. And that class came at such the perfect time for me, because like I had just started full-time at Seed. I was still balancing my business, and I was just feeling like, And I was like, you had invited me, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not trying to go out and embarrass myself. Let me sit my tail down. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to try it. It's like, what's the worst that could happen? And then that became like the start for my Saturday. Like it just got lighter when I left. And that's the part where I'm saying like a class with Stephanie is not like any other class because of her passion and because it's also part of her purpose. When you're walking in your purpose, it has a different impact. It's just completely different. And so when the fact that you're in your purpose, it spreads to everybody in that class, and you're having impact and influence on everybody in that class, including myself. I would walk out of there and literally I would come home and my husband would be like, what you so happy about? And I was like, oh, I had fun and I did this. I sweat. And like, I don't like the sweat. So if I'm like happy about sweat, it must be something.
Yeah.
You said I was gonna say since Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Is that like an inside joke? Because I feel like I'm missing something on that one. I feel like that's an inside joke because I know Jeremiah was a bullfrog, but I feel like there's more to it than that.
Yeah, we're gonna see. She get ready to type something else. Watch.
Okay, I'm gonna wait for it. This is one of those wait for it moments.
Yeah.
While we wait, Miss Kalisha, put your fingers to the keyboard and let me know what I missed on that one. But your class had me feeling like completely different. Like, and I felt empowered, which was weird because I was like, it's just Zumba or it's just like an exercising class, but I literally felt empowered and like I could do just about anything because you had gave me that courage to do something that I didn't really think I could do. And then when you like your class, like I said, it's not just about the dancing. Can I tell you how proud of my little self I was when came home and I said, I gotta go find me some weights because Stephanie's doing weights next week. And he was like, weights? I'm like, yeah, I gotta find some weights. And then I was like, I gotta find me, like I was getting all the gear. And I'm that person. Like when I start something, I need all the accessories to
right. I'm like that too though. Yeah.
Every time I start something, he'd be like, oh Lord, what's in your cart now? Because I just be like, click, I need this and I need that. And it needs to be pink and I need to get
Yes. I'm the same way, Tiffany. I am. I'm the same way.
Unite. We good.
Bam.
Bam.
And then aren't my students phenomenal? Don't they make you feel good?
First of all, okay.
Ages, sizes.
All different ages. People, can I tell you, this older woman gave me my entire life during one of those classes. And she was like swaggy with hers because we were doing squats and I was like, Jesus, I think I got one more in me, Lauren, so please let her call it a day. And you was like, give me 5 more. And I was like, oh Lord Jesus, like I'm trying to squat. And then you said, hold it. So I'm like holding it. And this old lady, not old lady, but older lady, white hair, she's sitting next to me with ease. She was like, you okay, baby? I was like, I'm fine. Real quick, I'm fine. I'm good.
Oh my God.
I was like, I came home and told my husband, I said, babe, I'm gonna have to do some squats in preparation for Stephanie's squats because that lady showed me up.
They are something else. I'm just so proud of them. And the thing is that, you know, I preached it ever since I've been an instructor, even before I was an instructor. The goal is not a certain size, a size 2, because here's the thing. You can get a woman that's a size 14, 16, and her heart pumps better than the skinnier woman over here because the skinnier woman doesn't move at all. Everybody, it's just all about movement. You know, my hashtag Move People campaign. I'm the president.
Yes, definitely. Kalisha finished typing. She said, that's how long you've been at Pine Forest since Jeremiah was bullfrog.
I got it. Okay, Kalisha, I got it.
She wasn't snipping. She was teasing us with that one.
She was teasing
me. But definitely, your students are amazing. I mean, and the other thing is, it's like a community.
Yeah.
Like if you find a DWS dancer, you know you just found a DWS and they sing your praises like Stephanie is a person.
I love them. Yes.
And so this goes back to how you did the whole adjust and adapt at the start of COVID and a whole changeover. You were saying like your worries were when tech wasn't going right or this didn't work. And like you said, they were still there for you during that. It did not matter. And I tell a lot of my clients that I always say people will be loyal to a person way before they're loyal to a product. So if you can get someone to invest in who you are, in your purpose and your passion, and it doesn't matter whatever happens. And that's how a lot of our small businesses right now are surviving because they have that community that's behind them. And even though we know, hey, you've been closed for 3 weeks, or hey, you had to switch online and your website may not look the best right now, but I can still support you. That's why. It's because as small business owners, you build into who a person is as a person. The product becomes the second half of the situation.
Absolutely. You're so right.
And I'm so proud of you for that, girl. Like I just watched you and I'm just like, oh my gosh. And I told my husband, I said, yeah, I'm about to remember Stephanie, the girl that I did Zumba with or whatever. He's like, yeah. I said, I'm gonna interview her today. And he was like, really? Are you gonna explain to her why you ain't taking none of her classes since Zumba started? I I said, first of all.
No, he didn't try to call you out.
Yes. He said, because he watched me. Okay, so our garage is like a gym. Like it's a guy gym, like weights.
Right.
And then we have a TV on the wall, and he bought me like a Zumba CD like 4 years ago. And that thing is still in the plastic wrap, like all nice and sealed up. So when you said you were going online, I was like, oh, Stephanie's going to be on TV. Like, I could do Zumba in the garage now. And I went out there, write everything down, and I had set the alarm on my phone. And that morning, the alarm went off, and he was like, what's that for? I was like, the Zumba class, but I'm so tired. Literally, you really just have to walk out the garage door. Like, are you serious?
But listen, I get it. Like I tell people, I'm human. And my girl Rhonda, she and I was talking this afternoon, and I was like, just because I don't say anything, people think I don't feel anything. Mm-hmm. I was like, look, I'm 50 years old, so I'm out here still doing stuff I've been doing since I was an instructor when I first started back in 2009.
Can you just pause for the I'm 50 years old part though? Like, we're gonna take a moment. For the goodness that God has placed upon Stephanie's life, because this woman is 50 years old. Can I just say,
thank you, Lord.
Praise God. You may continue.
Tiffany, you're crazy. So, I feel, and I'm teaching every day, so I feel it. So like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, yep, I'm stiff. I'm getting out of bed. I'm doing stretches and everything, to get my day started. Then I'm right back at it, teaching that evening. So, I feel it, but that's how I know I'm alive. Mm-hmm. Because I feel something. So, I thank God I feel it. Yeah. It's okay. And I feel like at my age, I encourage the older, women around my age range. I encourage them a lot. But then I found I encourage the younger ones too.
Yes, because
and I'll be like, look, girl, you can't even hang. Come on, let's go. So I think that's good with with Dance Without Sin, because it is a mixture, as far as age range. You'll go to my classes, you'll see, from the 20s all the way up to, I used to have a lady that was 80 years old in my class getting it in. So I just love that, the mixture, because then the older women, then they like, oh girl, you said did to you, they'll show out and be like, what's the problem is,
She's like, you okay, baby? I was like, I am fine. I don't know why. Shaking, trying not to fall, and she's standing firm. I'm like, I'm fine. If I ain't fine, I'm gonna be fine, because I'm not.
Whether you felt it or not, you're gonna be fine.
Like, what? Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But it's definitely an inspiration to see you do what you do, because you do it with such passion. And I know you have to feel that, because after that first class, I think you said like I think when I was leaving, you were like, you're gonna feel this a little bit in the morning. And I was like, yeah. I underestimated.
You were stiff, weren't you?
What? I went to jump out the bed as normal, and my body was like, sit down.
Yep.
Not right now.
Yes. Some people don't think it's a real workout, like, especially the men. I love to challenge the men. Please come to my class. Please come to my toning class with the bands and the light weights or whatever. And so I know I've done classes for units, for military units.
Ooh.
And it was like, all right, so we're going to get started. And I say, yeah, all right, y'all ready? And I get the music started. Man, by the end of that hour, I feel so rewarded. The big circles of sweat on their PT shirts. And they're like, ma'am, that was an awesome workout, ma'am. Woo, woo.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate.
No, you definitely cannot underestimate it. And I did, and it was a mistake. But the good thing is, the more classes I went to, the easier it became. Absolutely. Like, it wasn't as big of. Now, mind you, when I come back, I'm probably going to be right back at square one.
You're going to feel it.
But it's okay.
It's okay.
God is with me. I will make it through.
Yes. You will make it through.
I trust and believe I will make it through. But yeah. I do want you to have time to tell people what you have coming up, including any fundraisers or benefit events. Let everybody know what's coming up, what your plans are for the future.
Yes. Uh-oh, frozen. Wait till she comes back.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Hold on, what's going on? Wait a minute. See, the devil got mad, but that's okay.
That's okay.
But we want them to know what you have coming up, what's going on with you. And then I also want you to share with us if you have any collaborations coming up, anything like that.
Yes. So so the next big event is the cancer event. Everyone knows I do the annual cancer event every year, and I pick a charity. Been nervous about it this year with the COVID and everything going on. It's not till the third weekend in September is when I do it. So we're kind of waiting it out. I kind of wanted to cancel it, but Danielle and Serena, my true bosses, will not allow me to cancel it. As you can see, 𝐀𝐝𝐼𝐮𝐬𝐭 is posting, will not allow me to cancel it. So we're going to bring it out a little bit, and hopefully by September we have some things in place to where we can still keep people safe, because it's usually over 100 people that show up for the event to dance for the cause. But hopefully we'll be in a better place, and this will give people their outing to get out and get dressed and come work out. I was supposed to do a brunch along with the fitness event, but I won't do the brunch this year. We'll just do the big fitness event, which will be at night, because I'm setting it up like a club. Club fitness.
Okay, so I need to go get my tickets, apparently.
Club fitness. So I haven't been pushing or anything because of COVID, just trying to wait it out a little bit. So I'm gonna wait until next month, and if things are looking better, then I go ahead and start pushing it out. And anyone that wants to sponsor, I'm sure they'll jump on and sponsor at that time. I haven't been working it all year like I normally would, but we're still gonna raise everything. Yeah, we'll raise as much money as we can for the pink light bulb lady here in Fayetteville.
Nice.
That's my charity. So as far as the future, so if I can get maybe half the world moving, or at least my community moving like they're supposed to, then I feel like I've been paid. But my goal is to sustain enough income that I can do this full time. That's my goal. And I feel like that is coming in due time. I am, as far as my trademarking, Tiffany, I should be good with my little R in about 2 months. My attorney called me. And everything went through. Yes, everything went through. So the last thing she had to do is do a snapshot of my website and send that to them. And the great thing about it, she's a new attorney that took over. She used to be the one that received the applications at the trademark office.
So she knows.
And now she said it's going to be no problem. She said, I got through the hardest part. And now it's just to show the clothing and stuff like that I sell. So waiting on that. And then the goal is that I already traveled to do different churches and events and women's events. So I've done that, going to different states. But the goal is to go ahead and certify instructors that want to teach to their churches. And they can say they are a Dance Without Sin fitness instructor and carry my name. And a lot of people want to be able to teach fitness at their church and use the inspirational or gospel music to do so. And then they would be able to do that under my branding. So that's the goal for the future. And just hope God sees me through with that.
I love it. And I'm here for every single bit of it. If you need me in any way, whether it's to support however I can, or just to stand on the side and be like, whoa, I got your back. I'm like so super excited for you. I just know it's nothing but great things ahead, because you are walking in your purpose. And when you walk in your purpose, you're walking according to God's plans, and you're headed towards that end goal that He's already set up for you. So I'm excited to see the journey and to watch you get there. I just know it's going to be amazing.
Thank you so much. And I do want to give a shout out to Nita that was on. She started her fitness business, and she is a Christian fitness instructor also. So
nice.
yep, she's kicking her stuff off, and she teaches classes also. And I think these are going good for her too. And it's just sometimes that music, I don't know, it does something to you. Like I get the spirit all over me sometimes, and like sometimes I've even caught myself where I want to cry.
Yeah, because music is a form of worship. Music in itself.
Absolutely.
I mean, although Lucifer got kicked out of Satan, he was the music was literally his being. So music is directly tied into God. Absolutely. And doing something through music, it just has a different impact. So yeah, it puts you in awe. I mean, there's been moments where I've been at church and maybe the preaching didn't hit me, maybe the testimonies didn't hit me, but that praise and worship would hit me in a whole different kind of way. I could have walked in there with a stank attitude talking about I'm only here because my mama told me to come to church today. I don't even care. I'm fine. And that praise and worship hit, I'll be snotting all over the floor because God is like, you better recognize who's in charge and how you here in the first place. So music has a way of hitting a part of your spirit that maybe words just can't get to, or other stuff just doesn't hit the same way. So when you work in music, it's even more important for you to be directly connected to God, because you have that extra way to get to somebody. You have to treasure that, and you have to protect it, because when we were praise and worship leaders, my aunt was my pastor. That's a whole nother. My aunt was my pastor, and we had to be, not saying we were more accountable necessarily, but she would tell us, like, you have a great responsibility. It's like pastor and praise and worship. She's like, because when you get up there, you're putting stuff out into this audience and into these people, and you need to be right. So music is a whole different level of like worship and interaction with God, and just a whole different way to connect with people. So I definitely give you kudos for what you do, because I see the spirit in what you're doing it, which is basically what I'm trying to get to. I see the spirit in what you do, and it's not one that's tainted. And that's a good thing.
Wow. Thank you so much. That was you preaching. Can I get old man? Yes.
When we go off live, me and you need to chat, and I'll let you know a couple of things. But yeah, so I'm so super grateful for you to be here. I'm excited for what's happening with you. Guys, you need to go check out Dancing Without Sin. I cannot wait to see that little R in that circle next to your name. I'm so excited that I'm here for all of it. And we have one more comment that I'm going to mention before we go ahead and log it out. Okay, so Kalisha goes, yes, because you are a yes.
That's right.
In the Holy Spirit. Because praise always comes before worship. It's not just a word thing. Praise always happens before worship. In order for you to get beyond the gates of that entryway into the Holy of Holies, you have to use praise to get there. Worship is the next step. So if you can't get past that praise, where are you going? It's all just emotions and it's all just movement. You have to get past that. And praise is the way there. Praise is that path. So if you can, and some people have already shut themselves down to certain types of praise, whether it be because of church hurt, because it's a thing. It's a real thing.
It sure is. I've had it.
Has hurt a lot of people.
Yeah.
So sometimes God takes a different way to get to them. And this is that way for some people. Some people come there thinking that they're going to exercise, and they leave there with a new experience with God.
That's true. That's actually true. I've actually witnessed that. Wow, you're on it. That's true.
Because they don't have that expectation. Sometimes when you invite people who have been victims of church hurt, they go to the church expecting more hurt, so their guard is already up. Right. But if they come to something with you, it's not in that same mindset. They're like, I'm here to do Zumba, but then you get to give them that totally different experience.
Wow.
God that chance to talk to them again and explain to them in God's voice that hurt wasn't him. That hurt was people.
Boy.
And there's a difference. Okay, I'm going to shut down now because I'm getting a little... Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching our lives. Steph, don't hang up. Like we're going to be here for a minute, but thank you for watching. Tune in next week. I'm not sure who I'm having on next week because I haven't asked yet. But if you are a small business owner and you want to join me to help chat about what it is you do in your business, how you made an adjustment during COVID and everything that's happening in our community, send me a message here on Facebook. Let me know. We can talk, we can connect, we can cooperate with each other and see what we can have going on. I am going to give one more shout out. Jane Taylor is actually, I call her like an aunt, but she was with me through my whole Pentecostal grow up process. Thank you so much for watching. She knows a lot of my story, so thank you for watching for me. But guys, tune in again next Saturday. Stay tuned on this page. I will announce who's going to be my next guest here. And thanks so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Be blessed, and I love you guys. And Stephanie is saying bye too. Bye, guys.